Hello, my future friends in the future. You're watching/listening to Happy Hour. We hold Happy Hour every Friday in the AIRDROP Crew Discord. We'd love to see you there. Happy Hour is just a community discussion where we all get to ask questions and talk to each other about what's happening. Today, we have the Stacks Photography Guild and the guys from there talking about their collections. We have Longstreet, we have Levi talking about his new collection coming out and everything that's happening. But the real alpha comes with Andre, who's telling his story about his new collection that's coming out. It's actually coming out tomorrow. So hurry. It's a public mint. It'll be there. Pick something up on secondary. Place a bid. Make sure it happens. Make sure you get something. This is also not financial advice. This is just us having fun. And you are always more than welcome to come to Happy Hour. We'd love to have you and have you in the conversation. So make sure you have a beverage, a coffee, a tea, something, a water. Please drink some water and enjoy. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Craig is thinking. Craig is recording. See, Craig's
there he is.
All right, everyone can talk if you want. Just request or I'll, do the thing. But we have today's Happy Hour is sponsored by Stacks Photography Guild and the letter J.
J?
For I don't know. It'll come up in conversation later, and we'll know why.
That's the J.
The J for a jammin' good time. All right, so this is Happy Hour. Welcome to Happy Hour, everybody. The only agenda we have is to hang out, and this event is we want to kind of put a highlight, a little showcase, a little spotlight on our friends at Stacks Photography Guild. I'm a huge fan. You probably see me in there pumping things, trying to say, "Ooh, look at this!" But we have photographers here. Andre, we want to introduce you. If you can talk, we want to hear your story and like the whole 9 yards, because you've got a collection coming up.
Hi guys, glad to be here. Ravion? How do you say your
Ravion? I know it's confusing.
Ravion. Thank you for the small intro at the beginning.
Oh yeah, anytime. Yeah, I mean, so tell us. I don't know. Tell us how you tell us about the collection. I want to hear about the collection. That's really what I want to hear. What's like the thought behind it?
The what? Sorry.
What's like the thought behind it? You posted a really beautiful explanation of the collection in Photo Guild, and I just want to hear it like from your mouth. Like what does it mean to you? Like what was the thought and the feelings behind the collection that you're putting out?
Well, the thing is that we were talking about what the collection should be. Should it be something like from the fashion work, something from the portrait work. I do also theater work, and it's kind of hard. If you talk to photographers, it's very hard to do a portfolio, like to take your work, which has, like, for example, I have tens of thousands of images, and sometimes I hate all of them, sometimes I love all of them. It's really hard to pick. It's really hard to, like, if someone says let's do a book right now and I need 50 pictures, it's really hard unless you have a curator that has been looking at your work and that wants something and says, I want to do I don't know, a book or an exhibition, and I want to showcase something that I've seen in your work, and then the curator does the job. If you have to do the job, it's really difficult. So I was thinking, should I make like from a specific shoot, because I could have done that. I've done shoots that have like 20, 25 pictures. like for example, they, I don't know, go to Paris and find a model and shoot with that model in a specific place, uh, and you have 25 pictures from that shooting, and it's in a way easier. But to make like a collection from kind of all of your work, which we were trying to do, and select that, it was at the beginning it was scary for me, honestly. But then I said, I have to find something that's in every picture that I do. Like it's something that's underneath all the work. And basically this collection is comprised of pictures that were taken from fashion shoots, that were taken from personal shoots. Some were commissioned for fashion, some were commissioned for a magazine. Uh, but I was trying to find something that I look for in every shoot, whether I want it or not. That is a kind of melancholy, what I was saying in that description. Kind of there's a feeling, I don't know. I always, for example, I have to do a shoot that has to express a good mood and happiness, and because it's, for example, it's for a brand that says, hey, we want people to think I'm gonna buy this brand's products because it's gonna make me happy and it's gonna be good and everything, life is good. So even when I work on that kind of job, I find myself, I don't know, the model is near a window and I'm like, look out the window, like, I don't know. Or I say, I love the way you looked out the window. Like, I don't know, it gives me a feeling of melancholy or nostalgia. And I say, let's shoot that. And I take that picture, and it has nothing to do with the rest of the shoot. But I find myself doing that. I find myself searching for something, I don't know, poetic, maybe some loneliness. So I said, I'm gonna try to build a collection around that feeling. And the fact that I chose the title The Heart Never Sleeps is because whatever happens to us during our lifetimes or in our normal day life, we run after things, probably, at least I do and do. We run after things, sometimes run jobs, run for money, run to solve problems that have arrived. But during all that craziness, you know that there's always a search for a feeling in our lives. There's always a search for something, search for, I don't know, a bond, or or maybe there are months where you miss someone, or there's there's this, there's this constant state of, and I'm gonna say this even if it may sound cheesy, it, it it's probably a state of the heart, like the soul or something. Like
Yeah.
it's always active. It's not like we put the heart on pause and now we do stuff and now we're doers and searchers, and it's no, the heart never sleeps. It's always there. It's always in every little thing that we do and that we build. We put something or long for something, and we try to achieve something because we long for something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically,
That's awesome.
the heart never as a collection is my search for feeling. Looks at this collection, uh, has a chance to see the feeling behind all my work, even though you could say I know him from his theater work, I know him from his fashion work, I know him from his, but looking at this is like, now I understand what's connecting everything. I hope, or at least I hope that's try to achieve that with this collection.
Yeah, that's really cool. And like I'm putting my own work together to start releasing as NFTs right now, and I'm trying to do the same thing. I think that's something really cool that artists are able to do with NFTs is like, this is the thing that I'm trying to express. I'm going to put that out as NFTs because, you know, that thing that you're always trying to express may not be the most sellable or marketable thing necessarily in other industries or in other categories or whatever. But I'm seeing a lot of artists doing that with NFTs, and I just think that's super rad. It's like finally we get to make the stuff that we really, really care about, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to do a, I don't know how to say this. Sorry?
Levi, you're unmuted. We're
sorry
hearing
about
a
that.
little
Sorry
noise
about
from you.
that.
It's all
Gotcha.
good, man.
Sorry, guys.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So though it's kind of difficult to make how to say that, to do I don't know the English word for this, is when you have to do something small of all your work, but at the same time that represents that. So it's difficult to do that. If you achieve that, or if you say, for example, I want to do a collection about trees because I love trees, and you take all the pictures of all the trees that you've shot around the years, I think it's the NFT space, the evolving photography NFT space allows you to express yourself that way. Because otherwise, if a gallery wants to showcase your work, or if a magazine wants to publish your work, they're gonna look for what's in their interest and what represents them, and basically what's selling for them. But if you have the chance to express yourself, and if you build a community around your name, around a guild like the Stacks Photography, and if you build a community that's looking for personal, truthful stuff, I think it's the NFT photography space is great because it allows you to do that. Sorry, I have some dogs around here.
Okay, we love our furry friends.
Yeah, me too.
So, how did you? I mean, let's get. This is my pure opportunity here. And again, if anybody wants to ask a question, this is not just our show; it's everybody here. I can I get the? How did you get your NFT origin story? How did you find NFTs? How did you find the Stacks Photography Guild, or the Stacks Photography Guild find you? How do we get? Well, let's get that story.
Well, this is actually really, really interesting because.
Okay, good.
Sorry?
I said good. I'm here for interesting stories.
Yeah. So this is really interesting because I've studied like I've graduated from 2 universities, and the second one was theater school. I became, and the first one was computer, and I was to become a developer. I didn't like the fact that this was around the 2000s, at the beginning of the 2000s, and in Romania, the country where I'm from and I live, being a developer meant to work for some companies and just be there 10, 15 hours a day and just code. And I didn't want to do it. But even though I was very good in the university, So I switched, and also I was attracted by the art world and by the artistic medium and by theater, and I switched from being a possible dev to being an actor, and then uh, 2 years later I also started photography. I graduated from acting. By the way, photography was self-taught. I couldn't go through another university. Um, so this is really interesting because as I background in computers, uh, through the years I've had multiple friends tell me about the crypto world, about Bitcoin, and I was like, yeah, that is bye for me. That's history. I don't want to have anything to do with computers and whatever. Even though I was always doing my own website, whatever I needed on the computer, and I could code and do stuff for myself. So through the years, I've always said, no, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested. And then I heard about the NFT technology, and my girlfriend, who's a designer, a fashion designer, and a costume designer, and visual artist, hey, been saying no so many times to people that have been telling you about the crypto world. Why don't you listen and try to find out what this is about? And in December, I said, okay, I'm gonna give it a try, and was looking at the crazy flipping thing that's happening on Ethereum. And I was just looking around, like not knowing anything. I couldn't understand anything about the human behavior. I understood like how things work, but I couldn't understand the human around it or behind it. And at some point, I see in a alpha group or I don't know, in a server thing about the crypto shibes. They were talking about the doogies, some old NFTs, historical NFT boom and whatever. So I bought some those shibes, and then I participated in a giveaway, and then I won a giveaway. I was the only one who won a crypto shibe on a Twitter giveaway. And then Brett congratulated me on that, and he sent me the NFT, and we started talking. And he and Sean and Levi were working on this photography guild, and he just said, "Hey, why don't you join that?" And I was like, "Man!" After months, and during that time where I was like looking at these collectible projects, I was also interested in photography on the Ethereum blockchain. And man, there's a lot of grinding. I mean, it's a new territory for me as a photographer here in. I've worked in Bucharest, Romania, but also I went to Spain. I worked in Spain. I worked in France, in Paris, and for me, like entering this NFT space was like entering a place where like nobody knows who you are, or even if people know who you are, even if you have a community on Instagram, that doesn't matter at all in the NFT photography space. So I was like, I cannot start this alone. And I had this thought. I said, I'm building a community like what the Stacks Photography Guild is, but I said I cannot do that on my own, or I will just leave it at that, just look at collectibles, and that's it. I can do my photography work as I do it now, and it's working perfectly fine for me. And then Brett comes and says, like coming from he was I think a community manager for the crypto shibes, and like he said, "Hey, don't you want to join a guild?" And I'm like, "What? Man, no." These were my thoughts in the last few days, and it has happened to me during the years. Maybe I'm not the only one that has this kind of stories where you think you should do that, or I would love for that to happen, but I'm sure and you fight for it, you fight for it, you fight for it, and at some point you say, maybe I should quit. And then bam, the universe says, no, look, here's the opportunity. Here's the, I don't know, here's the thing that could work out. And then talking to them was like amazing energy, amazing connection. Uh, uh, they're heart warm people. I don't know how to say that in English, but I was like, man, this is an amazing experience.
Yeah, I can say that the guys at the Stacks Photographer Guild are definitely warm-hearted people. That is 100% true.
Yeah.
I love that how, like, I don't know, it's the universe, like what you said, like as soon as you're ready to give up, the universe just knocks on your door, opens a window, and says, "Here is the way." Right when we're least expecting it, and
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so happy to have you in Stacks and in the Stacks Photography Guild. Your style is so unique from the other photographers we have, which I think is so awesome, just to have a difference of style. Right? There's no need to box the guild in that we do this one thing. What you do is deliver beautiful images.
Thank you.
And your work definitely does that. I was not expecting it when you first showed up, but I'm there. I'm here for it. I think it's really awesome.
Thank you so much. And I'm telling my friends just to put an end to to end this universe thing. I always tell to my friends, man, is this the, like, they're trying, they're fighting for something, or they're looking for something and they're not getting there or not finding it. And I'm like, is this the lowest point? Is this the, or could you go more? Like, is this the, is this where you can't go anymore? And sometimes they say, yes, I think this is it. I cannot do it anymore. And I'm like, push it just one more week, or push it just one more time, because all the amazing things that have happened, at least during my experience, or in my experience, have happened after that moment where you thought it's never gonna happen. This is not gonna. I'm not gonna get that, or it's not gonna work. And then when you say, now, okay, let's try just one more time, and then it works, and you're like, man, it didn't work like easy. It worked like after, like 1 second before working, you thought it was never gonna work. So yeah.
Yeah. Levi, can you talk?
I can. Sorry for the outburst there. Yeah, sorry I'm late as well. It's great to be here.
No,
You're good. It was a bunch of like small endearing noises that happened. So it's all good.
Perfect.
Too much philosophy on the hangout.
Yeah. It was great. It was great.
I love it. And I wanted to talk about Levi, what's going off on what Andre was talking about, the universe. Would go asking you to go like one more step. How does it feel, Levi, to have 3 photographers in the Stacks Photography Guild now?
Oh man, what an amazing feeling. Just like Andre was talking about, the whole purpose of the Stacks Photography Guild was to create a place where we could onboard amazing talent without all of the heartache and the pain that comes with releasing a collection on your own with no support system, right? So the whole point of the Stacks Photography Guild is to these amazing artists and give them a platform so they don't have to go through that initial struggle, that initial grind of, I can't do this on my own. So, you know, someone like Andre who has this amazing body of work, who just needed a platform for it to go on and just be instantly connected with collectors who would see the value in his work. So it's been amazing just to have this experience and be going through the process of his first mint on Stacks. Yeah, it's been a really great experience for me. And for it's been just a heartwarming experience to see how everyone on Stacks has taken to Andre's work and who have supported him. And, you know, as we continue to build this and we have more and more amazing creators join the space, I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, it's I feel the network effect is slowly coming into place. We had you with your mint, and then we were like Longstreet, and like we're still trying to mint out Longstreet stuff, and then like you minted out, And now it's like Andre's coming in, and the next person will build on that momentum, and the next person will build on that momentum. And you're slowly just going to see, I think, this is not prophecy, this is just my speculation, that photography will have a very key integral space in the NFT world, specifically on Stacks. And that's because of you guys. You're the guys shooting the photos. I'm just the one buying them.
Well, that's the thing. It takes both of us, right? We could put the best work out there in the world, but if no one sees the value in it, then it's gonna sit there and rot, right? And so by having this conjecture or this meeting place of collectors and high-end photographers, we can really start building our own ecosystem inside of Stacks until it bubbles out and becomes what Stacks is about, right? It's a place where people can go get that fine art. And when you think of fine art NFTs, that's the first place you want to go check. Right, like that's what I would love to see. It's just a place where we are known for taking, we are known for the blockchain that has the high end photography. Like we are the high NFT space. That's what I'd love to get to eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna need some building, but I think it's possible.
Right. I mean, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, now's the time, and you're putting together a system of onboarding photographers to do just that.
Right. We just really want to empower people who already have that, that repertoire of work and that they've proven themselves. And we're just opening the door to this type of medium, right? We're just opening the door to NFTs.
Yeah. This is really cool. I know you have another collection that you just shot. How often should we be expecting? This is very leading question. I apologize. How often should we be expecting mints from the Stacks Photography Guild, whether new artists or old artists?
That's a great question. The more photographers we get on, obviously, the more mints we'll have throughout the year. I personally plan to release 4. That's pretty much what I think I can manage and still have a sense of rarity to my images, right? Because with photography, we don't have, rarity scales. We can't really interject that into what we're doing, but we can do that by how many photos we actually release, right?
Right.
So I feel that I'll probably release 4 collections a year. I would love to see all of the bespoke creators, I guess, the people that we have with Discord channels to create at least 2 collections a year. I think ideally. But I want to leave it up to the artist as much as possible, right? Like we're just that gateway. We don't want to be controlling or stifling to their work. So I think just creating a platform for them to connect with collectors is really what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I think it's going great. We'll see. When does your mint happen?
It's gonna happen tomorrow.
Oh, snap!
Yes, it's happening. It's happening tomorrow. I cannot tell you the exact time right now. I think it's 2 p.m. East, but I'm not sure because we're still we talked about it, but I maybe Levi, maybe you can help me out and on the exact time on your, because for example now it's 10 p.m. in my time, so I don't know what your time is.
We're looking at a 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time drop.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first, people. Everyone who's listening, you got the big drop. Tomorrow, make sure you get your liquidity.
That's right.
Sell whatever you need to sell right now so you got it in the bag.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
Levi,
how many images do we have?
25.
25.
And hey everyone, I have a 60-second window to jump on mic here, but I just wanted to say that I do think that this is going to sell out. If you look at the quality of the images, and the price point, I'm really excited for Andre because the work is exquisite and it's a
collector.
Really good.
I collect things in real life. Objects and pictures, and I don't, for example, I don't collect paintings. I don't like to do. I'm not attracted to them. I like some paintings, but the ones I like are too expensive, like from major, amazing, I don't know, painters. So, but I realized that looking at even at these PFP projects, I was looking at them, and then I realized I want this little thingy. I want it, and I don't want it to flip it, or I don't want it. I like it. I like it, and I want it. And then I realized that you can take a person that has never collected stuff, and you can build that person as a collector. You if you build a place where showcasing what you love is important, and s- talks about how you are as a person, and or about your personality and your tastes. And so if you can build that in a person and say, hey, look, this is where we are, this is our community, this is what we do here, we appreciate artists, we look, this is my gallery of stuff that I collected, this is what I like this. I'm looking at Sean now, like, I have this parrot little thingy, but I also have this, I don't know, painting NFT, or, and I'm like, this is what I like. And I'm looking at your gallery and I'm saying, what cool, I love the stuff that you collected. And that person says, yeah, thank you, I love the stuff that you collected. And if we can build that, like build a community where it's not just artists and collectors, but it's like people that find out about themselves that they like to collect, and collecting improves the way they look at themselves, the way they are part of a community, and they belong somewhere. I think it's an amazing thing. And also I think that uh, the warmth that the Stacks community has is a much bigger advantage than a community that has a lot of money in it, and people are just running towards that place, uh, thinking they will, like, I don't know, get a lot of money. So this is, I think, on a long term, this is a better place to be if we can all build it right. And I appreciate you guys for hoping to sell out, to see my collection sell out. I would be happy about that too. But also I would be much happier if I see someone that says, man, I'm so happy I got that picture from the mint because I really love it and I'm never gonna sell it, or I don't know, I'm gonna put it in my virtual whatever, or I have my own digital frame at home and I'm gonna have it there. This is what we should be doing to connect us more and to appreciate the way we see the world and the way artists see the world when they create pieces of art.
I agree with that. As I'm going through my own NFT journey, there are certain feelings I have, and I need to write them down and like document them. And because it's weird, I don't expect to feel like this, but I was looking through my collection the other day, and I was like, wow, is this what an art collector feels like when he looks at his work?
Yeah.
Like there's a sense of pride or admiration.
Exactly.
And I was like, and that's a feeling I want to help others, encounter. So this is a question for everyone: is when you're buying NFTs, after a while, do you feel like an art collector collecting various artworks?
I have a friend. She's collecting paintings, and she has, like, she even has a Banksy, and she said, I bought this Banksy because I really, really loved it, but I knew that it would boom and it would give me so much like a return in cash. But then after having it on the wall for, I don't know, 2 years, she's like, I'm never parting with this paint, I'm not gonna give it away. And she has some paintings that she says I cannot give them away, even though I know they're worth much more now than when I got them, but I cannot give them away. And this is a great feeling. And you get with little train tickets or whatever, little postcard or NFT.
Yeah. Well, Levi, there is something about people diamond handing, holding your NFTs, but what's it like when someone buys an NFT secondary for an astronomical price?
Hey, I think it was awesome. I was just excited to have Mark as a collector, right? Like, what a sign of, like, what a compliment. Mark has been a fantastic friend, has been helping me out and just like navigating the waters. Because again, we're all new to this as photographers. I am very well versed in what I do, and I've spent years and decades, just like Andre, perfecting that craft. What that means is I wasn't spending that time figuring out how smart contracts worked or how NFTs were going to function, right? Because I was too busy worrying about what I did for a living. So, Mark, buying that photo and then setting the floor price just meant a whole lot for the future collections as well. And if we think about the people who got in on the ground level, the people who minted that first collection, and they go, wow, that photo that I bought has now 10x, right? And so now that's going to incentivize future collectors to go, okay, this is bankable, right? This is a sturdy investment. Just like when somebody buys a Megapont, they go, okay, it's always going to be worth this amount of stacks. This is not going to go down. That's what I want people to feel about my art as well. I want people to value it as much as I value it. So it was really rad for him to buy into the collection. It's really been awesome for his support as a friend as well. So yeah, I mean, it was great, and I hope that it brings a little bit of joy to the rest of the collectors of the Alaska collection as well. Going, I knew that this was going to be good. Like I knew that this was a bankable project. It's very validating, I'm sure, for these collectors.
Yeah, 100%, which makes me want to like put up mine for a little bit more. I mean, I'm sure I could use the stacks, obviously. I wouldn't want to lose my Alaska one, though. So it's like, but I also want to set that precedent that your work is worth that much.
Right. And again, it comes down to the fact of like what I will always value my work higher than somebody else because I was there and I was the one who created the art. Right. But again, just that sense for all those collectors out there that they made a good decision and they bought a piece of art that's going to stand the test of time. I think that's going to be really reassuring for anyone who might put a higher chunk of their stacks portfolio into one of my NFTs later down the road.
That's got to be a good feeling. And yeah, I want to see this succeed. So like, you need somebody to sell. Someone's got to in order to get drive demand and everything else. So as much as we all want a diamond hand, and I think we should because the work is fantastic, I also think there's something to be said about letting some go to new people and I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. I'm glad I got it. So I think I'm going to set my Alaska for like 2,000 stacks now. Just bump it up by another 10.
Sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah, why not, right?
And if someone wants to bite, I'll just buy another one from you guys. Like, it's fine. It's perfect. So I can stay in the loop. That's so cool. All right. Well, I mean, you guys are doing big things. Longstreet's out there. I can still shill. How many Venice visuals we got? I can check.
How many what?
How many Venice visuals are left?
How many you have? Or how many are left?
Okay. No. I don't want to say how many I have. I don't want to out myself like that.
Are there 8 or 9 left?
Something like that.
Coming close. It's become my mission to like by the end of Q2, we gotta make sure they're all gone.
Oh, no one get in the way when Foss is on a mission because
right.
I'm gonna chill.
You can't stop him. If I can't stop him, no one can stop him. So it's
and my collection will release the 10th of next month as well. So
okay, good.
It'll be a extremely rare mint. mint passes will be bespoke, and so they'll just be handed out. And those who get them will know they have them, and it'll be hopefully quickly sold. And I'm really excited about these images, guys. I've been putting them together for the last couple of days, and we've got some absolute bangers coming down the pipe. So pretty excited for everybody who's going to be a part of this.
Oh man, my heart just goes after Dr. Suss, who just left this conversation, and that alpha just got dropped. And
right,
oh, I know he's angry right now. The images you're putting together are incredible.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure. I haven't even seen the edited versions, but I'm like, I'm asking my wife. I was like, where can we hang this at our house?
Right, just the raws of the desert stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna have to make my wife mad at me and buy just buy it because I don't want to miss it.
It's going to be wild, guys. Because again, you've been seeing the trip so far. You know, that's kind of the whole thing of what I'm doing is bringing you along with the trip. And I've been, posting these raw, straight from the camera shots onto the Discord. The crazy thing about it is those shots are usually one of 15 to 28 that are going into a panoramic stitch. I stitched together a photo yesterday that's probably like 6 or 7 gigabytes big as the file size. Like, I mean, just massive photos. So, I mean, these things are going to look incredible. Plus, everyone who mints an NFT will get a free print with their NFT purchase sent to a address of their choosing. So even if you get that medium res download or you get that high res download, but you also get that signed print sent to your address. So, just something else that's going to add some novelty to these collections.
And I think when you're sending full prints like that, I think you are more than like. I think the last time you said you're charging like 500 stacks per photo, but if you're sending out like actual prints along with it and paying for shipping and everything like that, I think that totally like validates your price on that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're sending you a work of art, right? You're just getting a digital download with it, so you're getting the full package, and that's what I really want to do is create these bespoke full art packages.
So freaking cool. And you've got artists on here like Andre that's like blowing out this whole other, I don't know, form of art in photography, right? His shots are very different from Levi's shots, which are very different from Longstreet's shot. I'm excited on who you guys pull in next. And I don't know, I think it's onwards and upwards for the Stacks Photographer Guild. And quick plug, I feel like I came up with that name.
You did. That was a great Discord chat right there. And you plugged that thing and we said, well, before you trademark it, let's take that and run with it. So we really appreciate that. So your royalty check will be in the mail.
Yeah. I just want the royalty badge that says I came up with the name. That's it. That's all I wanted.
Fair enough. I'll have one drafted up for you.
Yeah.
Well, Craig the bot is recording, so it's now
official.
Etched.
Right. Perfect.
All right.
It's on record.
Longstreet says we have 14 Venice visuals left.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's it. We're almost to a dozen. We can get a dozen more people here. All right. If you're listening to this, I'm going to put a link somewhere in YouTube. If you're listening in the future, obviously, and then you go, it's the easiest way to get into the Stacks Photography Guild to become a collector.
So cheap.
It's so cheap.
What is it, 35?
Yeah.
35 stacks, especially right now. It's like, dude, just go get it.
And this is something like you guys don't have to listen to me at all, but I do come up with good name selections. So there's that. But I do want to find some place in the Discord or something where we can talk with, like, if you're collecting a piece, how we token gate that. I don't know if it's something you guys want to do, but it would be nice to, like, I know who's a collector.
Yeah, that's something that we're working on currently, actually, is setting up a bot so we can track sales, we can track collectors as well. That way we can, like, have a little private collectors chat like most other of these NFT projects are doing. And then we can all chat about prices. We can talk about what we want to set our floors at, because that's something I want to have a lot of control over as a creator, right? Like, I think that this is worth X amount of money, and if you decide you want to resell it, let me know beforehand so we can talk about a price, and maybe I'll just buy it back from you, right? Because I want to, like, again, we're investing in ourselves here. And like, if I think my art's worth so much and you don't, then I'll just buy it from you and then I'll list it. Right. So I think just having those chats and like, that's what's so cool about NFTs, right? Is because I can know all of my collectors on a personal basis and they can all contact me directly. So, it's peer to peer, right? That's like what we love about NFTs. And so, if I'm a collector or I'm a creator, I can just reach out and I can have that one-on-one connection that I wouldn't be able to have if I bought it from like Sotheby's or if I just bought it from an auction house, right? I don't have that access that I would with an NFT. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I trend to do, or like what I'm trending to do with my collections. And then by extension, a piece of Stacks Photography Guild.
Obsessed. So obsessed.
Pretty
Very
exciting.
bullish on Stacks Photography Guild.
Appreciate it, boys.
Man. And I know it's been difficult because, I mean, Andre, you pointed this out. Like, you can have a massive following on Instagram and build up your career and vice versa. And then you try to go do this. And it's so new that it's like a lot of that audience doesn't trickle over. So we're here to be as supportive as possible and tell you that we think you made a great decision coming to NFTs. And we do think it's the future. And we're just happy to support. And we know eventually people will catch on because photography secured on Bitcoin, it's gonna last forever.
Yeah. And I mean,
great grandchildren will have it.
Thank you guys.
That's what's so great for
and thank you for the support and kind warm welcome. Thank you.
Of course.
What a great opportunity to get in on the ground floor with Andre with this mint.
Yeah.
And like, what an amazing collection and what a great investment piece for everyone to hold on to for a couple of years and go, wow, what a great investment that was when I bought that piece, because now it's 10x, 20x in value. And even if you decide never to sell it, knowing that other people value your work just as much as you do is such a gratifying feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. So Andre, are you thinking about, maybe this is too early for this question, but you're going through this process. Are you thinking about what you might do in your next collection?
Well, man, it's tough.
All new photos? What are we thinking?
Sorry?
Are you thinking about all new photos, kind of going back to your old photos? What's been percolating in your brain?
I think that this is a first step for me getting into the NFT space and connecting with people that are new to me and I'm new to them, because in my country and in my environment, now it's easier after years of work. It's easier. Like I had an actual exhibition at the beginning of the year, and it was a great success. And it's always I don't know, very emotional, but it's something that you can count on as long as you've had experience in a field. But for me, as this is a first step into something, I think the confidence that I will see if I'll see that people value the work and they jump in and they say, okay, I'm gonna mint that. I'm gonna look, the collection is sold out. People are happy with the pictures. I think the confidence from that will make me explore a little more the possibilities that this space can give you. Because let me give you a short example. I have probably 5 or 6 books in my head that I would love to do, and whenever I think, oh, let me do that book, and I'm like, oh, I have to talk to the editor, I have to think about that, promotion, blah blah blah. It's a huge process, and then like we have to send the books to libraries. We have to, it's hard, and I'm always like, I'm not gonna do it now. Maybe I'm gonna do it later. But in the NFT world, you can do that. A collection can be a book. Like it, I would love to do that. Maybe I will take something that I was putting was thinking of a material that I was thinking of doing as a book. Maybe I will do it as an NFT collection. So that's what I'm thinking about. That's one of the ideas. Or maybe, sometimes you say, I have this idea for a project. Like Levi is saying, I'm going there into the desert and I'm gonna take, I don't know, 500 pictures or 30 or whatever. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have this end material that I will work with and publish. But that needs some confidence, and I guess the confidence from this collection would be able to do that. I think that could work as a boost to maybe find some material that I had before and publish it as an NFT, or even say, I'm gonna do that, go there and do that thing and put it out as a collection. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do we know how much each piece is minting for, and if it will be a public mint? Is there a private mint I don't know about? Do we have details there?
Levi, you're the alpha sharer.
Yeah.
So, public mint, we're currently sorting out our pricing. With stacks dropping so low, we're trying to decide a fair entry price to still cover cost of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're actually going to do a Twitter space later this evening, and we'll probably announce our official mint price during that Twitter space.
What time is that?
Selfish plug. I believe we have it scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
I think it's in 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
You're just going to come hang out with us and then hang out on your own show. I'll probably show up there too.
Today is media day. Today we're getting the word out.
Let's go.
Right.
This is so cool. Woo! All right. Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming out for this hour and doing happy hour with us.
Thanks for having us on. Really
of course. I'm here to.
Thank you so much for letting me. I talk a lot, so thank you for listening.
At least you have good things to say.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
It would be a yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm just so happy we're all here.
To say. Like listening, been there many times.
It's good.
No, we've experienced people who like have a lot to say, but none of it is good. And we're like, okay, just stop. But this was not that. You had good stuff to say for sure.
Yes. All right, I'm just doing a little tweet
here. It's also a little hard for me, like, to express myself as it's not my native language, but
yeah.
You did a fantastic job, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right, and you're about to do a lot more on this Twitter space coming up, so we're gonna give you some breathing room.
Yeah.
Maybe get some hot tea or something for your throat, and we'll be good to go. Thanks everybody for joining Happy Hour. We'll do this next Friday. Everyone is welcome, always. And thanks for dropping in.